Namaskar, this is Akhilesh Bhargava. Welcome to Tit-Bits on Business and Finance with me. Today was the Finance Minister's fifth and last press conference. She has been announcing measures on a piecemeal day-to-day basis which form part of the Prime Minister's grand 20 lakh crore stimulus package which was announced by him. As usual, she spoke about the Prime Minister's grand vision and great performance, and today she laid out measures, relief measures, proposals related to 7 sectors. And what were they? She said that the budgetary provision for Manrega is being extended, enhanced by 40,000 crores. And that is being done, she said, to ensure that when the migrant worker goes back to his village, he doesn't remain unemployed, he gets employment. Thus, the Manrega budget got enhanced by 40,000 crores. She spoke about measures for education and healthcare, particularly to ramp up India's healthcare system right up to the rural block level. She said that the insolvency and bankruptcy code is being eased, particularly in respect of any kind of defaults or bankruptcy being caused because of the COVID crisis. She further said that the Companies Act is being decriminalized. Many sections under which an unintentional violation results in a criminal prosecution, they are being done away with. She said that there will be announcements to that effect very soon, and this, according to her, is part of the government's process to improve ease of doing business in India. She also spoke about financial support being provided by the center to the states, and in a path-breaking announcement, she said that the public sector enterprises are going to be categorized in 2 broad categories: strategic sectors and others. The strategic sectors will be notified, and there will be just minimum 1 public sector enterprise and a maximum of 4 in that sector, and even the private sector will be allowed to participate in the strategic sectors. This is bound to raise the ire of all the trade unions who support the government. In fact, when the government announced the corporatization of the ordnance factory boards and throwing open mining to private sector, there have been loud protests by these trade unions. And now with the private sector being allowed to participate in strategic sectors where the public sector only was there, is certainly going to raise a hue and cry. She further gave a day-wise breakup of all the investments or payouts or handouts or spending that the government is proposing as part of this 20 lakh crore package. She said that against this 20 lakh crore package, the government is going to spend 12.95 lakh crores, and the Reserve Bank has provided for 8.02 lakh crores. Thus, 12.95 lakh crores would be, as we say, fiscal measures, and 8.02 lakh crores would be monetary measures. These 12.95 lakh crores that she said that the government is spending, that's the way it has been pitched, or that the government has provided for, were the ones that she has announced in the last 5 days. According to us, the math doesn't add. The government can't take credit for the 12.95 lakh crores as the finance minister presented, because those are not amounts being spent by the government completely. And why do we say so? Let's go through the breakup, the main items. Among the top items that the government has mentioned as part of this stimulus package is that banks are going to give 3 lakh crores worth of loans to MSME sector, which are going to be guaranteed by the government. Now, these are loans being given by the banks and not by the government. And all that the government is doing is providing a guarantee that doesn't involve any kind of a monetary or fiscal outlay from the government side. And these borrowings, of course, would be repaid. Probably a part of it would be defaulted and would come to the government's quota to pay back. It is also a fact that the government rarely pays back these amounts to banks. But let's keep that aside. This 3 lakh crores is coming from the pockets of the banks and not from the government. Thus, according to us, it cannot be part of the 12.95 lakh crores that the finance minister said the government is laying out. The second one, similarly, 2 lakh crores is claimed in this 12.95 lakh crores as provision towards credit under Kisan credit cards. This credit is also given by the banks. It is the banks who pay for it. And very often the farmers don't pay and the banks handle the NPAs or the bad debts that come. The money doesn't go from the government's pocket. Thus, even this 2 lakh crores does not go to the credit of the government's account and cannot be taken as part of the grand 20 lakh crore package. The same is the case with the proposal to invest 1 lakh crores in agri infrastructure, the farm gate infrastructure, as she said. Now, why do we say that this math doesn't add? This 1 lakh crore is still on the drawing board. Even the blueprint is not ready. We don't even know how much is the government going to invest, because there is even a proposal that it will be on a PPP basis. Thus, all the 1 lakh crore, first of all, is not to the government's account. Second, we don't even know when is this going to take off. And something like this cannot be part of a stimulus package. So even this math doesn't add in the 12.95 lakh crores. Further, she says she takes credit to a sum of 70,000 crores. Now, this particular item is in respect of credit linked subsidy being provided by the government towards interest on account of affordable housing. Because of this subsidy, interest subsidy, the government expects investment of 70,000 crores to flow in. It's not coming from the government. It's going to come from builders and other enterprises willing to invest in this sector because of the subsidy being provided towards interest by the government. How can that also go to the government's account? So we even take this out. The next item, 50,000 crores taken by the finance minister towards postponement of your TDS and TCS. Why do we call it postponement? The TDS and TCS rates have been reduced. By that, you are not going to be forgiven from paying taxes which arise. All that the government has done has postponed the payment of taxes by you. It has not forgiven your taxes, it has not foregone that tax. So that 50,000 crores that you're saving just now, you will finally pay it when you file your IT returns next year. How is it any kind of an outlay given by the government? It's only postponed your payment. So even that doesn't add. And finally, another main item is a fund of fund proposed for equity investments in MSMEs. Even this is expected to be on PPP parameters. There is expected to be private sector participation in this fund. And again, it's on the drawing board. The blueprint is not ready. How does that also add in this 12.95 lakh crores that the finance minister claimed? And all these items that I discussed, the main items, they add to 7.7 lakh crores. According to us, that cannot be part of a 20 lakh crore package. Further, various other investments that were proposed, such as in dairy infrastructure, fisheries, which is Matsya Sampada, B, top to total, and even the medicinal herbal cultivation, they are only extensions or enhancements of the budget proposals. And to us, they can't really be taken as part of a stimulus. Nevertheless, we don't object to it. Further, let me also point out, of the 8.02 lakh crores that is being infused by the Reserve Bank of India in the banking and financial sector, we really don't know whether all of it will actually go down to an actual retail ground level borrower. These are monies being pumped in by the Reserve Bank of India into the system. Banks are allowed to take it, mutual funds are being given, housing finance companies are being given, NBFCs are being given. This money will go to these financial institutions. Whether they will lend to the actual borrower, we really don't know. In fact, the SBI chairman is on record saying that at the moment, 8.5 lakh crores of bank money is lying with the Reserve Bank. Banks are not willing to lend. So this money being pumped in by the RBI, 8.02 lakh crores, we cannot be sure it's going to go down to all those needy borrowers who have been suffering because of the COVID crisis. So even this amount, well, it is being pumped in, we would believe so. But whether it will be a stimulus to afflicted enterprises, suffering enterprises, remains a question mark. Thus, the government's outgo, the government's outlay, the government's payment, they are not adding up. The math just doesn't work out. A lot of them, according to us, are also routine government of India expenditures. They cannot be taken as part of an extraordinary stimulus package. Thus, to us, the math doesn't end. It doesn't really formulate the kind of stimulus which is expected at such extraordinary times, when the economy is at a standstill, when the economy has been suffering and needs a boost in order to be restarted. And the interesting part is that we don't even know whether all this money is going to be spent, for the simple reason that the finance minister has been avoiding any question in respect of where is this money going to come from. In fact, on the very first day of her announcements, a question had been asked that what is going to be the impact of the fiscal deficit because of these expenses being committed by the government. And the finance minister at that point of time said, I will answer this question on the last day. Today was the last day. And when the question came again, she said that it's time to focus on where are we spending the money and not where are we going to get it from. She also said that it's too early in the day to even say what will be the impact on the fiscal deficit of India. She again repeated that it's time to focus on the spending and not on the sourcing. She did admit that there'll be an increase in the government borrowing, but there was a complete stalling, skirting of the question of what is going to be the impact on the government's finances because of these so-called committed expenditures, committed payments in the stimulus package. According to us, even the government perhaps is not sure about it because so much of it is uncertain from its own side. The government has not given any timelines for when the amounts will be invested or spent. The government has given no timelines of when will the policy be formulated. All that the finance minister's answers were at the earliest. That only gives a sense of uncertainty. By virtue of today's announcements and by the finance minister's own statement, all the sectors are now covered, and this is the stimulus package that has been announced by the Prime Minister, has been laid out now by the Finance Minister. To us, it is not really a stimulus package, and if it is certainly not enough. It is grossly inadequate. The message that we get from today's announcements is that this is the best that the government will do, and now henceforward, sabko apna apna dekhna padega. Fend for yourself, and that's where the biggest challenge now lies for the Indian economy. This is Akhilesh Bhargava signing off till we meet again. Namaskar.
हमारे घरों में भी बच्चे होते हैं जो हमसे प्यार दुलार की आस करते हैं।
हमारा भी जीवन साथी है जिसको हमारे ड्यूटी से घर आने का इंतजार होता है।
हमारे घर में भी एक बूढ़ी माँ है जिनके लिए आज भी हम ही आंखों के तारे हैं।
लेकिन हम हमारे घरों में नहीं हैं। आपकी सुरक्षा में कोई कसर न रहे, इसलिए हम अपने प्रियजनों से दूर हैं।
हम में से ही कुछ तो अब इतने दूर जा चुके हैं कि वो वापस अपने घरों को लौट भी नहीं पाएंगे।
हमें गर्व है कि हमारे कंधों पे मुंबई शहर के नागरिकों की सुरक्षा की जिम्मेदारी है। हमारे जज्बे और बलिदान को व्यर्थ न जाने दे। इस संकट के समय में आप घर पे रहे, सुरक्षित रहे।
Now be the first to know about the latest updates on our new news app. Go on your Android or iOS, search for HW News Network. Download our app, choose the language you prefer to get updates in, and be up to date with the latest news.
If you like this video, please share it, and we would love to hear your comments in the comments section down here. Also, please do like our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter to get minute-to-minute news updates. For more such shows and videos, well, subscribe to our YouTube channel.